guys were just in Australia. You were touring with In Heart's Wake, and I know they're doing really well in Australia now. I did an interview with them a little while ago, and they said they toured with you or met you before in America. I just wondered, how did the tour go, and did you get along with the guys?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had so much fun on that tour with those guys. I mean, I've always admired their band, and I've always liked their music, and it was cool to meet them and see how relaxed they were. And it was a lot of fun touring together with them.
Yeah.
And Beartooth and Storm the Sky. Everyone was just a lot of fun on that tour.
Yeah, I know you guys do really well. You get a lot of hits on the internet. You actually supported them here, so I was quite surprised. Is that just because you're not as well known in Australia, or if they came over to America, would they be supporting you or something like that?
Yeah, you know, I mean, they're definitely bigger than us in Australia, but in America they would definitely support us. I mean, I think it just comes down to we've only been to Australia now 4 times in our entire career, compared to America that I don't even know how many times we toured America. I mean,
Yeah.
So, you know, we just had a lot more time to build up here than we have to build there.
Yeah, I was just watching a cover you did on the internet of Taylor Swift's Trouble. I'm just wondering, it's got 7 million hits now. I'm sure she must have seen it. You know if Taylor's seen your song yet?
Sorry, would you?
Your song, the cover you did of Taylor Swift's Trouble, it's got a lot of hits on YouTube. Do you know if she's actually heard your song?
I don't know. I mean, I would imagine she has. I mean, I hope so at least. I mean, it is one of our most played videos on YouTube and one of our most played songs on Spotify. Actually, it is our most played song on Spotify. So, I mean, I really hope she's heard it. But, you know, maybe she tweeted out if she did. But what was cool was on our last cover of Glad You Came by The Wanted, The Wanted actually did tweet at us. Somebody tweeted the link to the video, which was pretty cool. So,
I saw that one too. That was really cool.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that'd be awesome.
I think it's cool now with YouTube. I love watching like different renditions of songs. They're everywhere. I love all the DJ covers of pop songs. I've even heard a DJ cover of Trouble by Taylor Swift. I was just wondering, is there any other songs that you got planned to do for covers later? Any more pop versus punk kind of things?
Every time we do a cover, we always say it's going to be our last one, and then we always wind up doing another.
Yeah.
So we all feel that way right now about Trouble. Like, no, that's it. And then, you know, some kind of offer comes up to do another one, and we're like, okay, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we do have fun doing them, and I know the fans love them, and, you know, making their music videos is always a lot of fun, too. But I'll just leave it at we'll see for right now.
Yeah. You actually started out in the band as a guitarist and keyboardist, but you're now the front man. I'm just wondering, how does it feel going from being, you know, at the back of the stage to the front of the stages? Does it feel different?
No, I've always been a singer in this band, except for in the very, very early days. I used to play guitar.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, I'm pretty used to it. I mean, a long, long time ago in like 2007, I switched from guitar to vocals. Yeah, it was much different. It's not a guitar weighing me down, just be able to run all over the place. And then in 2008, Kyle joined up, and he went from being a guitarist in his band too to being in this band. It's way more fun.
Yeah, it's good. You must be a pretty versatile musician then. Now, you've got a new album coming out. It's a self-titled album. It comes out in about a week's time. I actually read you had 40 songs for the album, but you ended up choosing 10. How did you come up with 40 songs? Like, that's 4 albums worth of material there. Like, you must have been writing all the time.
Yeah, it was insane. I mean, we started the writing process so early, and we wound up narrowing it down to about 12. And we came in those 12. We thought they were the best. And David Bendit pretty much said that every single one of them sucked. And looking back on it, like, they really did. They weren't doing anything different. We weren't pushing down below. But, you know, we were just kind of remaking our previous record. So we kind of went back to the drawing board and took a long time off and traveled around the country writing songs in Nashville, Los Angeles, New Jersey, New York City, Detroit. And we divided up into groups. I mean, I was writing with Josh and Kyle. I was writing with Louie and Andy. And, yeah, we just tried to make as many songs as we could, and if a song wasn't good, we'd get rid of it, write a new one.
Yeah.
And if the song was pretty good, we would write it until it was great. If it never got to the point where it was great, it was cut.
Yeah, I really like bands that do short albums, and I know it must be hard to, have songs that you just don't get on the album because you love them, but you can't put them on. Do you prefer doing shorter albums? I know for people like me, I got a bit of a short attention span, so even if an album is great, like the Beatles, the White Album, it's too long for me. Like, after 45 minutes, like, I want to listen to another band or something like that. Is it hard to compress your songs down to 10?
I think you do have to keep your albums kind of short. I mean, some of the best records of all time have been short records.
Yeah, definitely.
And especially in this day and age with, people on YouTube and stuff don't even like watching a video more than 3 minutes. And you got Vine, that's 6-second videos, and Instagram, that's 15-second videos. The people's attention spans are so small. I think if you put out a record that's any more than 11 or 12 songs, you're going to lose people's attention. And, they're only going to maybe hear a few songs off the record. They're not even going to listen to them all. You'd rather make a record that's just 10 great songs. You listen to it all the way through. You love every one. And, hey, if you want to keep listening, put it on repeat. Listen to it again.
Yeah, definitely. I think, or even just put your B-sides on YouTube or Spotify separately from the album or something like that. But, yeah.
We definitely have one song that's a bonus track that's going to be released in the exclusive store in America. That's an 11th track, but, like I said, we wanted to keep the record short.
Yeah. Now, can you tell us some of your favorite bands you've toured with and some of the favorite, what are your favorite albums that you're listening to on your iPod or your CD or record player at the moment?
I think one of my most memorable tours was when we were direct support for The Used a few years ago. And, The Used is a band that was just such an icon to me for so long. And they're a big reason why I started this band. They really got me into some heavier music, and they were one of the first, quote-unquote, screaming records I bought. They're self-titled records. And I went and saw them when I was 16 years old in Detroit. No, I was 15. And it was cool on that tour to be direct support for them, to play the same venue. But be on tour with them was actually a pretty emotional, epic experience.
Yeah, those guys are pretty old school now. It definitely reminds me of my high school years. I know they were massive when I was in high school, all those sort of bands, like Chemical Romance, Used. It was that sort of whole emo period, and, it was a bit cringe-worthy then. But, look back on it, and, I'm like, some of those songs are pretty damn good. Like, I'm not ashamed to say I like a couple of those bands at least.
I think a lot of bands from that time are starting to become timeless. They're still touring and playing huge venues, and it's like, who would have thought? And I go back and listen to their records, and I still love a lot of those songs.
Yeah, definitely. If you could pick any band that's, still active right now to tour with, who would be, your number one choice, any band in the world, if you could do a tour together with them?
We pretty much decided that right now we want to tour with Beartooth forever.
Oh, yeah?
We're from the same part of the country. We have the same sense of humor.
Yep.
It's funny, our videographer, he's from Germany. Yeah. And his English is really good and everything, but when he watches us in Beartooth and we're together, he's like, dude, I just do not understand what's going on. I don't get you guys. We're in our own little world, and it's just so much fun with them. And we always playing jokes on each other. Just recently they came up and they played the opening breakdown of Tracing Back Roots for us, all 5 of them, which is hilarious. And then
so cool.
The 6 of us all went up and played their last breakdown for Dead.
Yeah.
All 6 of us. So it was fun. I think we're the first band to ever feature the entire band on one of their songs.
Yeah. Oh, I'll just ask you one more question, because I'll try to keep the interview nice and quick, short and sweet. What are your plans for the next 2 years? I know you're going to be promoting the new self-titled album. Is there any big tours and plans coming up in the next year or two?
Yeah, we're planning a lot of tours right now. I mean, we're basically booked the rest of 2015, and we're starting to get into 2016. And we'll see what comes up. But we're a very busy band, and we don't like taking time off or taking breaks, so you can expect us to be on the road consistently.